Hello, my name is Blair Conklin, and today we are going to be telling you a little bit about the technique and the timing that goes into catching a wave on a skimboard. So the first thing that you're going to want to figure out in order to catch a wave is when to go for that wave, and also choosing the right wave to go for. We're just going to be learning the simplest way to catch a wave on a skimboard, which is doing what skimboarders like to call a wrap. So what that means is that you're waiting for a wave that's going to break close to the shore, and you are going straight out to that wave, doing a 180 turn and bringing that wave back to the sand. And that 180 turn, you're going to have your back facing the wave. That's why it's called a backside wrap. When you're just learning how to catch a wave on a skimboard and you're practicing that 180 turn and riding the wave back to the sand, what you're looking for is a wave that's going to be breaking close to the sand so that you don't have to go very far out in order to do the turn off of that. And today is a perfect example of the type of waves you want to look for in order to learn how to do that turn. We're going to go down to the wet sand, and I'm going to go through the timing of when you want to go for a wave. The first thing that you need to do in order to wrap a wave is choose the right wave, and also you have to have good timing for when you want to go for that wave. So I'm waiting for a wave to break, and then I'm looking for another wave behind that one that is close to shore, and it's close enough to where I can have enough speed to get out to it. And I also don't want to get out to it and lose all my speed right when I'm going to do the turn. Because in order to complete the turn, you want to have speed and carry that speed through the wave. So first thing is waiting for it to be kind of flat and calm like it is right now. Then I'm running out to that second wave where it's close to shore, and I'm going to have enough speed to get out to it and enough speed to complete the turn. The timing is huge in skimboarding, and a lot of people will wait too long to go for a wave. So what will happen is they'll go too late, and by the time they get to the wave, it's already breaking, and then it's too late. If the wave's already starting to break, you're just going to go into a whitewash fall and your ride's over. So it's important that you go as the wave is forming up, and you basically just don't want the lip to break before you get there. You don't want that top part of the wave starting to crumble before you get there. You want the wave to be completely open-faced, kind of like a skate ramp, where you're going up the skate ramp and then you're doing a little turn and coming back down. So for those of you who skateboard and have not skimboarded, think of it as a little quarter pipe, but a little more complicated because you have, a moving wave and all that good stuff. In order to teach you guys how to wrap a wave, we have Dade's $300 mic equipment here, and I'm gonna try to help you out with the timing of when to go and just run you through what I'm looking for. And here I have my wetsuit half on and the dang sweatshirt on up above. So yeah, please talk in the comments, that'd be great. All right, basically what we want to start out on is something like a small wave. We don't have to be going for a crazy one. Just a small little one that's breaking close to the shore and has a nice runway of water in front of it. Here's a good example of a little wave to start out on. So we're going to first drop our board on the wet sand. And we're going to go turn and bring it back to shore. Woo! So that was kind of a bad wave, but we'll try for another one. One more. If you're just learning, you're probably going to get wet, so put your wetsuit on all the way, or if it's nice and warm, have some board shorts on and just expect to get wet. So we're looking for a wave. We got to time it. I'm going to break the mic if I go for that one. All right, so we're watching this wave come in right here. This is going to be a perfect wave to go for. We got to go a little early. So now we're looking for wet sand. Dropping our boards on the wet sand. Going, wrapping, coming back into shore. That was a little sketchy, but that's a pretty good example of a good little wave to go for and how to time it and everything. If dropping your board on the sand seems new to you, you should probably check out this video here. This is where we went over all the timing and the specifics of where to drop your board in order to get your speed to get out to a wave. So you saw I dropped the board on wet sand and I waited for a little wave to break, and then the wave was close enough to shore that I was able to carry my speed through it and do that 180 turn that I was talking about. And another important thing, when you are going up to the wave, you're gonna be dropping your backhand down. So since I'm regular footed, I'm gonna be going this way, and I'm gonna be putting my right hand down. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna help me kind of, I almost wanna grab the water. And when I grab the water, it's gonna start turning me back to shore. That's really key in order to help you turn through the wave. It all starts in your upper body. So what happens is you're gonna almost point where you wanna go. So with your left shoulder, I'm gonna turn it in the direction which I wanna go. So I wanna go out to the wave and I wanna go back to shore. So I'm gonna drop that backhand down and turn which way I wanna go. That's what my upper body's doing when I'm wrapping a wave. Now, with my legs, as I'm going out to a wave, my foot's gonna be almost as far as it can go back, and it's gonna be resting on the back of the stomp pad. I'm also bending my knees a certain way. My back knee is bent in a little bit because it helps me get as low as I need to be, and it helps me keep my balance over the board. And the bent in part's huge. I see a lot of people do this, and we kind of like to call it the poop stance because, you know, they're kind of just got this gross looking squat going on. But it's a little bit better looking if you bend this little knee in like that. A little more stylish, you know? This will help you with wrapping a wave. Bend your knee in, your weight's centered over your board. And when you're doing that turn, you're kind of leaning back on your back leg to help your nose get up the wave. And you're leaning back, and then as you turn off the wave, you're transitioning your weight forward now. So you're doing the turn, and now you're kind of putting more weight over your front foot to get back down the face of that wave. So there's an important weight transition there. And once you turn and you feel the wave pushing you, then it's important to transition your weight to your back foot again, because the wave's gonna push you down, and you don't want your nose to pearl into the sand. That's another big thing that I see people do wrong, is after they get on the wave, they don't transition their weight again back to their back leg. It's important that you have enough speed when you do catch the wave that you're going back down and you're leaning back and you're making sure your nose doesn't pearl into the water. We like to call those little speed runs, and they're really good for practicing just getting a feel for how you're turning on your rail. You don't have fins on a skimboard, so you need to use only this thin little piece of rail to allow you to turn. So it's a lot of weight on your toes, because when I go for a wave, I'm using my toes to turn. I'm leaning on my back foot and I'm kind of digging my toes into the board. Same with my front foot. I'm also using my toes because I'm turning on this rail, so I'm leaning into it and using my toes to complete that turn. We're gonna wait for this little wave to break. It's starting to wash up now, so now we're gonna go. Drop on the wet sand, turn, lean through it. All right, here's another example of a good wave. Gonna go, run out, turn off, come back to shore. Woo! So for learning how to do that backside wrap, do a more drawn out turn. Kind of like the speed runs we were just doing earlier, where I'm going out and I'm kind of just slowly turning back into shore. At this point, I've given you a couple examples of when to go for waves. I've walked you through how to do a turn off a wave, how you want to have your feet placed on the board, and what you want to be doing with your upper body when you do the turn off the wave. Hopefully, how we explained timing earlier and the examples we have help you with when to go and choosing that right wave to go for. So guys, it's been a little bit of a long tutorial for me. If you want to look at any of our old videos or just, you know, see some other tutorial like things, dude, I can't finish if you're just laughing at me, bro. I'm trying to just do it, okay? Stop laughing at me, bro. You. I'm done. Go find another guy to give tutorials. That one's it. That one's it. Oh! Oh! It's not really supposed to stick tail in like that, but hey, if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please leave us a comment below on what you'd like to see next. If you want to subscribe to our channel, you can check it out over here. If you want to see some old tutorials, you can find them right here. That was it. That was not it?